Hello and welcome back everyone to Better Together as One. We are here with Susie Moore, the lovely author. So Susie, with all the questions that we have for this beautiful book, I'm just wondering if you were to give words of advice for people sort of starting out, especially in the online world and the corporate, not the corporate, sorry, but the coaching space is just a lot right now. And as a coach myself, I'm curious just from a business perspective, your feelings and thoughts on all of it. And, where do you begin? You talk a lot about media and writing, and where would you suggest people even begin as a business online?
Yes. Well, if you have, a feeling and inclination to start a business, do it. I think it's never been easier or better. There's never been a better time in history. I mean, even when I started out just a few years ago, it was really expensive to create a website, for example, and payment gateways were tricky. It wasn't as easy as it is now. And I really believe that if you have a calling to do it, it will work if you work, right? We have to kind of do our parts. We have to kind of understand that, it's going to take courage, right? We just need the courage to take some action, get started, not have a whole plan laid out, but understand that, success and failure, they're the same road. Success is just further along that road. And most people get quite cozy in their parking spots, right, on that road, and they stop. But those of us who want to keep going, we can. The only way to fail at anything is to give up. Right, really, that's the only way you guarantee no forward momentum, right?
Mm-hmm.
With anything in the world, right? So with business, with life, with anything. And so if you want to go for it, truly go for it. There is nothing to wait for. I always say later is never. Later is never. The time is
I
truly
love
the
that.
time is now. And you can
Mhm.
start a business now with such ease. I mean, what a privilege to be alive at this time. I always think that and feel so appreciated. I appreciate it so much. But yes, if you have a feeling, get rolling. There are so many incredible free resources online. And then I'd invest in a couple of, teachers or mentors who you really trust. And they vary based on who you are and what you want to do. But there is incredible resources to get started.
Amazing.
Well, one of those resources happens to be you, Susie. So I want to share with our viewers and our listeners that I am actually taking your 5 Minutes to Famous online course. We have a learning academy, a Better Together as One and a One Life Learning Academy, where everyday people or healthcare professionals can take courses. And I really love the fact that you're offering this course online for entrepreneurs like myself. Even when I've had lots of media training and media experience, when you talk about getting, for example, contributing to a big media outlet like an Oprah.com or a Huffington Post or the Today Show or wherever, I love to lean in and dream big. And when I took one of your free webinars, which I think is a really smart thing to do, I immediately fell in love with you, your passion, and your purpose is so crystal clear. It brought me in. So I'm really excited to dive into this course. Can you just talk briefly to that course? Because I'm sure there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there, whether you're a seasoned one or a new one just starting out in this pandemic, because people are pivoting. We need to pivot right now. Well, we're doing that. And can you talk about that online course a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. So if you're a business owner, your main job is to be visible, right? To be discovered, because it's our job, right? To let people know about us, about our products and services. And when I discovered that the media could grow my business for free and give me a lot of credibility, authority. I mean, I've had people in my program who've increased their prices just because they've added all the logos to the website where they've been featured. And I think that's wonderful. It's interesting how the media works. It doesn't make you better at your job, but it makes the whole world think that you are the best.
Absolutely.
Right. So why not go for it? Why not take it all the way to the top? Go for the thing you think you need to wait for or earn. Do it first. I got into the media before I even had a website, before I even had a Facebook business page, when I was just side hustling, at the weekend. So I believe that, life can be hacked in certain ways. I really love a good hack. And I feel like this is a way to really just, put yourself forward to really jump ahead. And if you want to do it without kind of figuring out advertising or the kind of back end things that need to be in place, if you want to run paid ads, why not just be your own ad and share what you know and impact people with that, and then let them come to you. Let it be easy is always my mantra.
Yeah, I've never had a PR person, and I've been on many national TV shows but you're absolutely right. It was just putting yourself out there, doing it, failing forward a million times,
Yes.
and then learning and growing as you go. And then I got bit by the media bug, and it's something that I enjoy because I see it as a platform, as you said right at the beginning of this conversation. It's a platform to get your message out in a way that will bring you credibility. And I love that you can do it and just be authentic. And that's what I love about you, is that you're here on our show. You're the same person here on this show as you are when I watched you on the Today Show. And that's so important. You know, how important is it to you to just be authentically who you are?
Well, I feel like anything else would be exhausting. Like, who else could you be? I mean,
right.
Yeah. And I feel like whenever you're real or you feel comfortable being yourself, it's also a really generous thing to do, especially in the imperfect areas, because we learn through real life role models. And if someone's willing to show up imperfectly, say, hey, I know this isn't conventional about me, or in my book, Claire, I've shared a lot of bizarre kind of stories. I feel like, well, it's the truth. Right? That nothing wrong with the truth matters, and it's all okay. Like whatever it is, like it's truly all okay. And being just the fast rate version of yourself, like learning to like yourself. I almost feel like that's really the only really priority we have in our lifetime, right? To lean into who we are and to think that it's all okay.
I agree. And I think, what you showed me anyways, just my little takeaways from your book, which is many, but I really loved your vulnerability in the book. And I think, there's a lot of that holds us back. What are people going to think? And, how am I going to do that if I haven't? And I love your honesty and the vulnerability that you had in the books. I think it's incredibly inspiring. So good job.
Oh, thank you. And anyone who wants to share a story, I feel like, again, it's generous. If you've overcome something, even if it feels kind of ugly or there's shame, I mean, if you've overcome anything, there's someone who hasn't yet. There's someone who's going to go through the same experience or similar. And so if you can just be the example of someone who's okay, then I think that's a wonderful thing to do, and to share it, right? Like go big, tell your story. We want to know, right? Human beings, we learn from other people the best, like learning from their stories. It's like this awesome shortcut to wisdom. And I think that is, if anyone feels called to share a story, like also doing it in the media is a really like recommended generous thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure. It's
Susie, thank you so much. You've given so many nuggets of inspiration and actual practical tips for our listeners and viewers today. We are really excited because you've generously giving us a book to give away. So what we're going to need everybody to do is to head on over to our new Instagram page, Better Together as One. Give us a like and tag a couple of people as well. We cannot wait to give away your book and to hopefully have you back on the show again. It has been such an honor, and we've learned so much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so
Susie.
Much. Thank you.
Yeah.
So on behalf of our entire Better Together as One team, and of course, TV Kojiko, we truly love educating, empowering, and inspiring all of you to live well, and we can do it better together. And that's why we have guests like we did today. Until next time, stay well.